Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is KB. This video is going to be on knowing when the space isn't meant for you. Side note, if you hear my children, no you don't, it's not your business and it's not mine. A little side note, because I like to yap. I'm a yapping queen, okay? I recently got into an environment, and I mean really recent. This has nothing to do with anything in the far past. This is like recent. I recently got into an environment in which I thought was going to be the most perfect spot for me, and I thought it was going to be a place where I could build, where I can give my knowledge and all of the stuff that I have. And every single time I thought that I was going to peak, I would get slapped down. And I am not a quitter. As much as people like to put that on me with like my oppositional defiance disorder that I have, which is obviously OCD, undiagnosed to children of trauma, and do my fight or flight. I don't fight, I freeze. I can't move. And so whenever things are going bad, the first thing that I usually do is freeze. And so I've been stuck in this environment that I can't really talk about yet because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to move forward with this certain thing. But I did remove myself, and that's the most that I will put out there. And I had sat and asked myself, why did I choose now? Out of all the times that I could have removed myself, why did I choose now? And I answered with 5 things. I'm sure there's a whole list of things that was another another thing that stacked on my back, you know what I mean? But the 5 things that I could come up real quickly, we're just gonna go through that, and hopefully you can also use this in your life if you're in like some type of environment in which you were like, damn, is enough like, is it time for me to go? Here are 5 things that I gave as a pinpoint for myself to pick my little ass up and put it somewhere else, you know. Pick my booty up and put it somewhere else. We're not cussing. So, the first thing that I asked myself was, does this environment do more harm than good to my growth? And the answer was yes. Every single time that I felt like I was moving forward, like I mentioned earlier, I felt like I was going to be able to give the stuff that I have in my backpack and my toolbox to help this environment which I was put in. I was shut down. And when I brought up issues that I was like, oh, that's an issue, that's a leak, can I help you patch it? I became more of the issue. It became less of me helping, and they viewed me more as somebody who was pointing out something that everybody else sees, but shut up, we're ignoring it. If the ship sinks, the ship sinks. What the issue is you're talking, and we want less and less and less of that. And if you know me, my mouth can't. I just can't. I see something wrong, I have the toolbox, I want to help. No, instead they want me to rock the plank instead. They said, let's get this girl out of here. Now, jump, matey. Leaving this environment, I wasn't leaving it and finding growth in it. I wasn't leaving and finding new things. I wasn't leaving and knowing that what I did today is going to bring a brighter tomorrow. No, none of that even happened. Honestly, I left feeling like I did nothing but destroy the environment that I in. I did nothing but cause other people to be upset with me, to be upset with the fact that I'm just not going along with what's going on. And that wasn't helpful for my psyche. That kind of falls into the second one. I dread every single morning, every single day going into this environment. I tried to do new things. I tried to dress differently. I recognized that certain days were harder in this environment, so I would set up for me to go get coffees on this day. I would do morning affirmations of myself and telling myself, you are worth it, you are great, you are amazing, girl, there's no one like you on this freaking earth. And I would go into this environment and instantly feel like a piece of freaking crap. And I'm known for throwing my degrees at people. I'm sorry, I have the highest degrees in all my family. I do. I can't help it but to brag about it, especially from where I came from, and the fact that I, even in this environment, had the most degrees, and I was treated like the dumbest person. I was, and which is fine because my ego's not that high, but I did not like the fact that I spent so much money, so much time, And what I was meant by, what I was put into this environment for, was to help and uplift it. But every single time I felt like I did something, it was not. I don't believe that if you going into a relationship, you going into, let's just say, a doctor's appointment, you should be dreading going into there, because of the environment, because of the people, because of the doctor. I can see you going in there just like, oh, they're gonna be messing with my teeth, da 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 da. But if it's specifically the people, if it's specifically the way that other things in there don't seem healthy, it doesn't seem right, if it's like something that's out of the norm where you're like, why does it say that you guys haven't been looked at by the state in like 10 years? I'm not getting my teeth done there. If it says the doctor learned how to do certain things by going on doctor.com and got their degree, would you go in there? No. You probably would be stressed, and I feel like that goes across all environments. The minute you start feeling like your body's going into protective mode and you're not going to get your cup filled, and if anything, someone's gonna be walking around knocking it over, that should be another clue. And then that kind of trickles into my next point, is that it starts to darken your mindset on your dreams and inspirations that you have for yourself. Makes you question your worth and who you are and what you bring to the table. Because if you are who I can see you are, you bring a lot. You bring so much. I know I bring a lot. And to go into an environment to make me feel like I am nothing but worthless and I have done nothing but cause hurt and pain is a whole lot. You have to do a whole lot. I'm a very stubborn nail, and you really have to hit me an amount of time to bend me and make me feel like, wow, maybe I'm not as smart and intelligent as I think I am. Maybe I'm not as helpful. Maybe I'm not as beautiful. Maybe I am not as a fun person to be around. Maybe I am the problem in all of this. In the equation, I'm the person that should be taken out. Not like literally, don't take me out, but like taken out of the equation. Maybe I am causing that leak over there. Maybe I am the reason why certain people don't want to come into work. You know, not just work, but in the environment, in the relationship, you know? That's not the environment you should be in, especially if you are trying your absolute best. That leak was there way before you. Their insecurities were there way before you. Them hating themselves had nothing to do with what you are doing in your life. That's all within. Because I would never put what I have going internally on anybody else. Because that's not what a secure, intelligent, and touched and tuned person would do. The other thing that I realized is that every single time I would see a goal and they needed me to hit it, I would hit it and go above in this environment. I would be punished for it. What do you mean overachievement isn't gold star? When I was in school, anytime that I did an overachievement, I got an email from the teachers, from the professor saying, you're an amazing student. I can't wait to see you do so much great things. That doesn't always trickle down into other areas. You see, sometimes people see overachievement in what you do and think, wow, if she's doing all of that, then I can take a step back. Or it's, wow, she's doing all of that and then you're making me feel very insecure. Slow it down, because that's not how we do it here. We do the bare minimum and we don't get paid to do that. We don't, in relationships, you show up that way, then that means people are going to expect me to show up this way, and I really don't want to put that in. Leave the environment, leave that relationship, leave that job, leave that grocery store, leave. The minute you recognize that the goal isn't meant for you to achieve and you're an overachiever, you can either A, lower your standards and become like everybody else, or B, like me, continue to overachieve and cause problems and be blamed for the freaking leaks in that area. You know what I mean? Or C, you can then leave. You know? Like, that's what it all freaking comes to. You're like a plug. Think of it like this. There's an outlet with like so many plugs, and that's the world. There are so many plugs. Why are you trying to stick yourself in an outlet that isn't meant for you? Huh? Can you answer that? Why? That's not the goal of life, to try to manipulate yourself to fit into a box in which isn't meant for you to freaking fit in. And then that then leads into, if this isn't what you signed up for, if this isn't what you envision yourself doing, being with, talking to, being friends with, nobody's holding a gun to your head that you have to keep it. Okay? I felt like in this environment that I had such high hopes. I had so many high hopes. And then it wasn't until something was said that I recognized these people, scratch that, this environment isn't what I would have signed. If this environment isn't what I signed up for, what they provided, what they showed me in the beginning isn't what they are presenting to me right now. It's not the experience that I've had. And if I could give you a star out of 5 stars, it would be a 0.2 star. You get one little leg out of that star, you know? And why am I forcing myself to be in this roller coaster where I thought there was only going to be like 2 or 3 hula hoops, but instead it's like infinity hula hoops that you're just going around and around and around and around and around. And guess what? Everybody's not enjoying themselves, but misery loves company, you know? And they're stuck. Mindset, stuck. Physically, stuck. Emotionally, stuck. And I felt myself becoming caged just like that, feeling stuck. I'm not stuck. I will never be stuck. Although, I mean, there will be occasions where you have no choice. Like if it's a job, you have no choice, but you have to stay, you know? Okay? But then you cannot be emotionally stuck there. Go in, pay, do what is asked of you, and leave. That's all you can do. Because then if you give more than what is given back, you're going to become emotionally stuck. You're going to become committedly stuck. And that's not what needs to happen. That's like in a relationship. So if you go into a relationship and they love bomb the heck out of you. I have so many girlfriends who have gotten in relationships where the guy had love bombed the heck out of them. And then once that's over, they feel stuck. I always said love bomb the hell out of them. Let's rewind. Okay, I did not say that. 2 negatives. No, we're not even gonna say that. I don't know why I even said that. We're not talking like that. I hate when I go on these tangents because then I totally forget because I'm like, why would I say that? Anyways, my whole point is you did not sign up for that. And if it was something that was out, it's far-fetched than what we imagined. And we're like, wait, what? I signed up for Disney World. What is this? Girl, we in Kansas. I didn't know. No, thank you. This is not the playhouse I wanted to be in. Where's Mickey Mouse? Where's Star Wars? Where? No, I'm sorry. All we have is the little buggy that goes around in a circle. No, thank you. You can leave. You want your money's worth. Some places just aren't meant for us. Some spaces are not meant for us. Some relationships, whether that be with the boy, whether that be with the spouse, whether that be with your mom, your dad, your siblings, a friend. Gosh, when I talk about how many people that I have cut off, like I had to break up back in the day where I cut off everybody because they were still stuck in that space with that boy. They were stuck in that space with that boy, and I had no problem with being like, that's not the space I want to be in, especially if he's in there. Chop. Done. Haven't spoke to many of them since until they got out of that space, because knowing what is meant for you and what will come to you is a beautiful knowledge that you can have and bestow upon yourself and others too. That's one thing about me. I absolutely love talking people up about themselves. Like seriously, I get something out of it because I know that this world is so evil. And a lot of us, I think everybody didn't ask to be here. Nobody asked to be here. We all were conceived the same exact way, brought to this earth, and then told this is how the world works. Deal with it, and then that's that. And now we're all here trying to figure out what to do. Where do we fit in? Who is it? Who's an enemy? Who's a foe? Who is a friend? Who is a lifelong partner? How to pay bills? If I want to be an influencer, do I not want to be an influencer? Do I want to be a stay-at-home mom? Do I want to be a working mom? Do I want kids? Do I not want kids? It's so many things that we just didn't ask for the first breath we took. But that's not the point of life. I believe it's finding that path and seeing that path in your head and then putting it outwards, because I feel like it always starts here and then eventually you'll see it. I was telling a friend about what I want in my life and what do I see for myself, and I say I could see it. It's like the moon. I could see the moon. Feel like it is so freaking close. But then when you look at it in perspective, the fact that you could put the whole solar system inside of the space between Earth and the moon, that's how it feels. I refuse to add more space between that because that's already a lot, and I know I can reach it. And that's my main takeaways, that I know when the space is meant for me and when it's not. And that's all I'm gonna say today, because you know, man, yippee, we can just talk in circles. Okay, I wanted to upload a video because I haven't uploaded in a while. Your girl's been going through stuff, a whole freaking lot, and when I get my chance to speak, I will speak. Promise you, there will be spokenness. Life is going, other than that, life has been amazing. It is teaching me to be humble. It's teaching me to have grace. It's teaching me that, you know what, I'm an adult, girl. You are not a child anymore. You are a full-grown adult, and you're interacting with other adults who have been adults longer than you sometimes. Find your voice. Use it. Always keep your posture. And always, what did he say? Because if you haven't been keeping up with me also, I'm also learning to become a Pilates instructor. But what did he say? He said something in this book that I feel like is so profound. If you don't know who Joseph Pilates is, he is a man who invented Pilates practically. I can go on a whole spiel about who this man is, but he said something in his book, not in his book, somebody else wrote it named John Howard Steele. He wrote a book about his experience with him, and he said, as I walked past Joe on the way out, he said, shoulders back and down, chin up, head back. See you day after tomorrow, 7 o'clock, $5. First part is shoulders back, chin down, head back, and I'll see you again tomorrow. And that's how I'm going to end this freaking video. Thank you. Bye. Adios. Hasta luego. Arrivederci.